Hey everybody, Mike here. So real quick tool review for you today. This is a cordless pruner that fits on your 20 volt DeWalt battery lineup tools. This was sent out to me to try and test. In exchange, I always give this company a review of what I think about the tool. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Let's get this out of the box. I'll show you what all we got here. So in this little kit comes your instruction manual. It's got an extra set of blades, and then it's also got the tools needed to be able to take the blade off to change the blade, and it's got a little sharpening stone here as well. That's a nice little added feature. For those of you that don't have a sharpening stone already and you want to be able to put a clean edge on your blade after you've used this for a while, that's definitely a bonus. What's nice about this, like I said, is this fits on your 20 volt DeWalt batteries. So if you've already got that drill or reciprocating saw at home, you could add this to your lineup for a reasonable price. This thing's a great value. And then it's just one more tool to add to your arsenal. Let's go to this thing real quick and make a couple test cuts. I'll kind of tell you what I think about it. So first thing, we can get this battery turned on. Down here at the bottom, you've got 4 little LED lights that illuminate and an on button. Let's hit that on button real quick. This thing powers on. It's got a little digital LCD screen right here at the top. Looks like it's displaying the battery life, and then it also shows a cut counter as well. Now the cut counter to me is not a huge deal. That's not something I think I would track. Basically, every time you put a battery on, it'll track and count how many cuts you make until you take the battery off. When you put a new fresh battery on, or if you just unplug it, plug it back in, it restarts that counter again. Now to get this thing to where it's activated and ready to use, you just hit this trigger a few times, and it opens up like so. And down here at the bottom, I said you have those 4 LED lights. So basically, if you go through here and you hit that little on button now, once, it takes you to number 1. And when I hit that trigger, you see that only opens so far. And basically what that's just gonna do for you is, instead of having that blade having to cycle all the way open and shut every single time if you're just trimming small branches, it'll kind of help save your battery life, and it's gonna increase your cycle time, make it a little quicker cut for you as you pull that trigger. And then 2 obviously goes to a little bit more open, 3, a little bit more open from there, and then 4 is your all the way open adjustment if you're making big cuts repeatedly, or if you just want to leave it on that because you're doing a lot of variable sizes as you go. Just me doing that alone, like you saw, cycled that blade 4 times is what it shows, so you'll see that counter start to rise as you do this, and then you keep track of your battery life as well. Now if you want to put this thing to sleep, all you do is hold your trigger down like this. It beeps. Now that blade stays shut. You don't have to worry about that thing going. And after about 3 minutes, that blade shuts off as well, and this thing goes totally to sleep. To get it back activated again, hit that blade a couple times, you're back to working again. Now, full disclosure, I did go out and already make some test cuts with this, and it functioned just about how I thought it would. I thought I'd go ahead and bring a branch in with me here just to kind of show you on the bench, and then I'll throw some clips up when I was out there cutting as well. They advertised this as being able to cut up to a 0.98 inch diameter branch. I had a hard time getting through anything that thick. Now, that could also have a lot to do with the type of wood I was trying to cut. Obviously, if you're cutting a harder wood versus a softer wood, that's going to make a difference in the diameter. I was on a little bit harder wood tree, I think. That's why it was not performing as the spec said it would in the listing. But this branch here is just a nice little maple, and it cuts this thing with ease, no problem. Just like that. And then these smaller ones here. So you can see how quick that is. For me, I can still consider myself to be somewhat younger, but if I'm out there helping the wife in the garden, and we do quite a bit of pruning during the day, this is one of those tasks where if I've got those pruners in my hands, it tends to wear my hand out. I can usually feel that by the end of the day, and I'm a little bit sore the next day. So something like this is just gonna be a lot easier on your hand, especially those people that are a little bit older or maybe even are battling arthritis. This would be a great tool to add to your arsenal. And kind of help make that task that's outside in the garden just a little bit easier. Overall, I've been pretty impressed with this little tool. I've got probably close to 100 cuts on this since I got it, and it's performed flawlessly, to the exception of those couple larger branches where I try to get overly ambitious. So if you come across this video and you find yourself in the market trying to make your gardening and pruning just a little bit easier, kick out this little cordless pruner that fits your DeWalt batteries. This would be a great little tool to add to your lineup. I think it'll be pretty pleased with it overall. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.